music legend Prince keep pouring in. Over the weekend, those closest to him attended a private memorial service at his Paisley Park compound outside of Minneapolis. Fans also gathered just outside. Others lucky enough to have seen his last performance in Atlanta a week before his untimely death. One of those, singer, songwriter, producer, great man in his own right, CeeLo Green. He joins us now. Brother, I know you have a heavy heart today, but I appreciate you joining us to talk about your time with Prince. You've been influenced by him, and I understand you were at that last show. Tell us about that evening.
Yes, I was. Well, we just felt very fortunate that that we were getting the opportunity to see him, being that the initial cancellations had disappointed quite a lot of people, probably the entire city of Atlanta. And so for him to come back with so much strength and perform two sold-out back-to-back shows it's just something I'll always remember, and I feel very fortunate because of it.
What do you want people to remember about Prince as we start to figure out what his legacy will be in not just the months but the years to come? What should people know about him?
Well, I will say that I'm fortunate in having the opportunity to have known him personally in my lifetime. And he had always been such a mentor of mine, and I just want people to remember him through his music and through his charitable efforts, and such a brave, such a unique, such an original individual. And just remember what he had set out to do, and for those of us who are able, for those of us who feel inspired, to stand up and step up and continue the work. And that's what I plan to do with my professional career.
CeeLo, as you're talking, we're watching, old Prince videos and listening to the music, and it's so tragic because you just realize how much of our lives were set to his soundtrack.
Yes.
Every single one of his songs reminds us of a time in our life. And I know you had a great opportunity to actually perform with him. And tell us about that moment when you both sang Crazy.
Well, I had heard through the grapevine that he had been covering Crazy, and he did reach out to me and gave me the great pleasure of being able to perform with him, open up for him, as a matter of fact, at Madison Square Garden. And it's just a wonderful memory. Even looking at this clip now, I can't believe that I can't believe that even happened in my lifetime. He is one of my all-time favorites. He's an idol of mine, and yeah, but that was one of a few times I got the opportunity to perform with him.
For another artist that you so greatly admire to play one of your songs has to be Bananas. What was your favorite song of his? Did you have one? It's hard to almost count, right?
Yeah, I have favorite albums from Prince, but I know most people would say Purple Rain. They would say, Let's Go Crazy, 1999. But my favorite song from Prince is a song called Do You Lie? Oh. And it's a great little ditty on Prince's Parade album. So,
okay.
Yeah, I think for all the Prince fans out there, the true fans, they'll know this record.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned something that people who are close to him say we can't emphasize enough. You said you knew him for his music, but also his charitable efforts. I was talking over the weekend with an artist that he gave a star to, and she said, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about all the hit records that he helped me with. I want to talk about urban farming, that when he found out that I was going to try to help people in their cities with food, he said, whatever I can do, my music, my money, whatever you want. Was he different that way?
I believe that he was very different in that way. I believe that he was a very well-rounded and dynamic individual. So many sides to Prince, and just his music and his persona it's just the tip of the iceberg, you know what I mean? But this is a very selfless and a very soulful individual, very sweet and very compassionate person. And I believe that this is the root of all that he was able to accomplish with music. It came from this very sweet soul that he had.
CeeLo, when he canceled the shows, and you said that so many people were disappointed, what did you think was going on with him? Did you know him to be sick?
No, it's strange to think about it, but Prince is one of those individuals that you just wouldn't assume that anything. You would think he would live forever. You know what I mean? Devout Jehovah's Witness, vegan. You know what I mean? Just very healthy, very nimble, very consistent, and full of energy. You just wouldn't think anything would happen. And so when we heard about the sickness, I mean, it's flu season, so that's pretty, typical in general. But when I got the opportunity to see him, he did not look anywhere near death or anything of the sort. And so therefore, it was very perplexing because he had just done 2 stellar performances back to back. So, I just can't believe it.
You know, you, like many people, took to social media to sort of mourn, this loss. I think we're all trying to make sense of it, and I know that all of us are trying to imagine a world without Prince in it, and that's one of the things you said in your Instagram. I find myself being afraid now, feeling alone in the world without him. Alone. There's a lot of great musicians, like yourself included, that are going to carry on his legacy, no?
Absolutely. Death is definitive, and so I believe an awful lot of possibility dies with Prince, and that's the most saddening part. I mean, so many things that I'm sure he had in mind or intended to do. I just wished I could have known them. I wish we could have had those conversations, and I wish in some form or way he could have, passed that torch to me. And so maybe essentially and ultimately, it's what it means, and I just have to assume the position now, in remembrance and in respect to Prince.
CeeLo Green, it is a delight to speak to you, albeit with heavy hearts all of us have. Thanks so much for making time for us and joining us here on New Day. Okay, love?
Thank you.